Hey guys, Miss Duggins here. I'm going to share some tips and tools with you for your podcasting projects. Now, your teacher should have given you a s'more, and it's up here on the screen, that's going to have a lot of this already on there, as well as some links that would help you as well that we're going to talk about. So the first thing is most of you are probably going to record on your phone. That's totally fine. You have some options. You can record on your phone. You can record on the laptop. The phone's probably the easiest for this project. Most of your smartphones are already going to have some type of recording app. It may be voice memos. It may be just an audio app. There are also some additional ones. You can search your app store for audio recorders. These are just two that are on Android that are free. Any of those will work. You need something that's going to record and save the recording as a file that you're going to be able to send to yourself, because you're going to need to be able to upload that into an editing software later. So make sure you have something on there that you can record with. Next thing to think about is, do you know where the microphone is located on your phone? Think about how you speak on the phone. What end of the phone is going to have the mic? I know that may sound crazy and simple, but you want to know where the microphone is on your phone, because that's the end of the phone that's going to be facing you whenever you're recording. So for most phones, it's going to be down at the bottom. On an iPhone, it's going to be below the home button down at the base. So just think about that. Look on your phone, see if you see where the microphones are. You want to, when you're recording, a big thing is you want to make sure you have as little background noise as possible. Find somewhere quiet that you can record, because think about if we're out in the hallways, the door slamming, people walking down the halls, a teacher yelling or students yelling down the halls. If you're too close to the gym, you're going to hear all the balls and the running. Find somewhere kind of quiet. The lucky thing for you sometimes when you're recording in the media center is we have lots of different rooms available, as well as different spaces around the media center. So find a space that's quiet away from others. When you're recording, you want to make sure that you begin by pressing the record button, or it may be a red square, a red circle, and then when you're ready to finish, press the same button to stop. That's going to be key, is the stop and start. I know sometimes that sounds kind of childish to say, but when you're recording, especially if you're recording for a few minutes, you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to lose that recording, especially if it's a good one. So you want to make sure you do it correctly. You want to think about how you're holding the phone when you're recording. We talked about the mic on the base of the phone or at the bottom of the phone. If you hold the phone directly in front of you, when you speak, the breath coming out of your mouth is going to almost make it sound like wind going against the microphone. So you don't want to put the phone directly in front of your mouth. The best place for it is about 6 inches away from the side of your mouth. So kind of like the picture you see, if your head is facing forward, go off to the side, either the left or the right, and be about 6 inches away from your mouth off to the side. You can put your hand up kind of side by side and do that. You want to check your audio. After you recorded it, you want to check the audio. The best way to do this is with a set of headphones. It should be free of background sounds and loud enough to hear, but not so loud that it crackles. Record for about 10 seconds and then play it back. Adjust the microphone position based on the volume. So you want to check it. Do a test. Sometimes you'll hear people do a mic test. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Do that. Then listen to it. Make sure you've got the position of your phone just in the right spot. And then go and record. You don't want to go through and do all of these recordings, get them downloaded on your computer, and then realize that it's so faint you can't hear it. You want to make sure you can hear it. So don't record all of it without testing out that audio. In the media center, we do have headphones. You're more than welcome to bring your own. Remember that if you are using headphones with an iPhone, a new iPhone, the headphones in the media center are going to need an adapter because with a newer iPhone, it goes through that lightning port. So if you have an adapter for the headphones, then you can use ours. If you have your own earbuds or iPods, like, use those. That's totally fine. But if you don't have any, let us know and we'll get some headphones for you. After you're finished recording, this is huge. This is like, do not forget this. After you're finished recording each clip, make sure you save it and title it. Because if all you do is record and it's like recording 1, recording 2, recording 3, you're going to have to go back and listen to them to make sure you get them in the right order. Sometimes, especially if we have different people recording, we may have people doing sound clips. We may have people doing music. We may have people doing different parts of a story. And then we put them all together and we may rearrange the order. You may not remember. So title them as you record them. That way it makes it so much easier when you're trying to upload. Don't forget, this is a big thing. Once you've recorded them, you've got to get the files from your computer or from your phone to your computer. So you've got some options. You could use AirDrop if you're going to like an iPad, but you're going to be, for Audacity, you're going to want to be on the laptops. So I would recommend either email or Google Drive. Email is going to be, you're going to probably have to walk outside of the Media Center doors, those back doors, or stand at the window to get an email to send. You can also download the Google Drive app on your cell phone and then upload them to it. One of the two is probably going to be the easiest. That's how I have the most success. Now, here's another cool thing is it, depending on how the file saves, you may be able to text your email. So you wouldn't actually have to open up your email app in your phone. You could actually, depending on how it's recorded on your phone, you may be able to text it to yourself. So, but you want to send it either to your email or Google Drive. That way you can save it onto the laptop. When you're doing these projects, you have some options. You can do music and you can also have sound. And so you want to make sure that whatever you are using is copyright friendly. We can't just play whatever music we want because it is owned by someone else. So most popular songs on the radio are copyrighted. And you want to make sure that you don't get in trouble. So for music like that, there are guidelines on what we can use. So for example, if it's a song that's really popular right now or on the radio, we can use 30 seconds or 10%, whichever is less. So you could use a little bitty clip of something. But if you don't want to worry about the guidelines, then there are websites that have copyright-friendly music and sounds that you can use. Doors opening, someone stepping across a wooden floor or dragging their feet, all that stuff. There are places that have those sounds. So one of the things that I'm going to recommend is the Smore that this video is on. There are links on this Smore for copyright-friendly music and sounds. Check those out. Look for those. There are some great resources on those websites. Another thing is you may need a very specific sound and you could create your own. This is called Foley, and that is the art of performing sound effects. And this is done for movies all the time, or used to radio shows that were telling a story. They would have people making the sound effects in the background. So if somebody was walking across gravel, they may actually have shoes and gravel walking them in the background and have it recorded. So there's some really neat ways and things for your sound effects. So I'm going to show you a couple. So the first website has top 15 Foley sound effects. So these are using daily or like everyday household objects. So one is coconuts for a walking horse. So listen to the sound. So this is coconuts. If it is a dark and stormy night and you need rain, listen, close your eyes and listen. And it sounds like rain in the background. That rain sound is actually bacon frying. The really cool thing about this website with these sounds is that if you notice underneath the audio file is you can download that file so you can get those sounds. Here's one about breaking bones, especially for horror stories. You might want a breaking bone sound. And that's just a piece of celery breaking. Let's see. We've got, oh, this one's really cool. Someone walking in the snow. And so they're just everyday household objects. This one's really cool. This is newspaper. This sounds like a person walking through tall grass. Or even shaking aluminum as thunder. So there's all kinds of really cool ones on this website. Cellophane for fire, swing sets like rusty hinges, the trash cans for a heartbeat. It's really cool. It's a trash can lid and you push the bottom in and out and it sounds like a heartbeat. So there's all kinds of options, and these are all ones that you can actually download and use in your project. The other website has a lot of other ones also. It has 27 secret tricks and ideas for sound effects. So this one actually lists things out like wooden creaks. So it gives you ideas of what props you would use. Like this one uses old shipping pallets, a piano bench, an old chair. Fire, doing cellophane or a potato chip bag or even steel wool. We actually have steel wool in the media center. So this one gives you actual ideas of things that you could use and what to do with those. Like here's the coconuts for the horse hooves. So this one is, this website gives you lots of ideas if you want to make your own. So there's all kinds of neat things here. So here's the next piece. What I would recommend is for you to go through and record all your pieces. Now, one thing you may not want to do is do one long recording, because if you do one very long recording and try to do it all in one shot, the problem is what happens if you're like 10 minutes in and the announcements come on at the end of your sound. And you're not finished yet. You got like a minute left. You may have to scrap the whole recording, or you may have to really edit it. So what I would do is I would do short segments, because you're going to be able to edit them together. You can do transitions. You could do sounds. Think about when you're looking at your scripts, how can you break it up to record? So once you have all your recordings, what are you going to use now? So on the Media Center laptops, we have a program called Audacity. If you go under like your student menu or under programs, Audacity is going to be on there. It is a free program, and you're going to be doing your editing. Now, here is a huge piece of this. When your groups are in the Media Center working on these projects, you need to use the exact same computer every time. Your teacher should assign you a specific number, or you're going to tell them what number you have. You're going to have to get that computer every time, because you're going to be saving files on that computer. And whoever logs in is going to have to log in each time, or you're not going to have access to those files. I have a s'more on using Audacity. I'm not going to go over that with you, because there are some great tutorials out there. The s'more has tutorials on using Audacity. There's also things on the Audacity website. And then there is also some great, phenomenal YouTube videos that are tutorials for Audacity. So once you've got your videos, then you're going to start looking at how to use Audacity. If you have questions, please see me. You can email me. You can, message me, come see me, and I'll be happy to help you.